Oh my goodness, I am so excited to be here. My name is Theresa Martin, and I'm going to be chatting with you guys today about creating customer relationships. And I'm just so passionate about this. It's something that has really allowed me to have a quite large customer base, actually. So when you jump on, drop me a blue heart in the comments, tag a friend. Hi guys, I'm so excited to be here. Okay, so I'm gonna get started. I hate when people train and they chat for 10 minutes before they even start. Oh my gosh, hi, it's so good to see all of you. Okay, so my name is Theresa Martin. I am currently a countess in Senegens, USA. And I've been with Senegens since 2017. I joined for the discount. Anybody else join for the discount? I joined for the discount, and at that point in my life, I was not getting much recognition for anything I did. I was a first-year teacher, and teaching is hard, and first-year teaching is really hard. Any other fellow teachers here? So I quickly fell in love with the idea that I could have somebody tell me I was doing a good job if I hit achievements. And so I started hitting all these achievements because I was like, well, I like it when people tell me I'm doing a good job. So I just kept going, and here we are. I was able to quit my full-time teaching position and pursue my business full-time in May, so almost 1 year ago, and it's just been, this business has been an absolute blessing in my life, and I'm super excited to be here today sharing my knowledge with you. So without taking more time on myself, I am here to talk to you about customer relationships. And so I want to give you a little analogy first, okay? I am a former teacher, so I do tend to get a little bit teachery. I want you to imagine that you are like in a relationship. Maybe it can be any relationship, mom, dad, spouse, siblings, probably not your kids. And I'll explain why that won't work in a minute. But I want you to imagine that other person only ever asks you for things. That's why it doesn't work for your kids, because they only ever ask you for things. I don't have kids, but my friends do, and they tell me all about it, right? So they only ever ask you for things. Let's imagine it's like your brother, right? And your brother, all he does is asks you for money, asks you for favors, asks you for time, asks you for things all the dang time. Is that somebody that you're really going to make an effort to foster a strong relationship with? Probably not. Is that person, when they call you, like, are you excited to get their call? Probably not. Because you're like, well, he's just going to ask me for something again. Like, no, I don't care anymore. I don't want to help you anymore, right? I want you to imagine that person is now you. And you're doing that to your customers. You're constantly like, hey, you want to buy this? Hey, you want to buy this? Oh my gosh, I have this thing. Do you want to buy this? Oh my gosh, I have this new thing. Do you want to buy this? Eventually they're like, no, I don't. But there are some strategies we can use to build strong customer relationships so that they're excited when you message them, so that they're excited when you reach out with new product, so that they're excited to hear from you. And it's all about building a strong relationship with your customers, okay? If you start out your relationship with your customers on the wrong foot, they're just not going to open your messages. They're just not going to respond to you, right? Does anybody ever get ghosted by customers and you're like, oh no, what did I do? This is going to help you maybe reverse that a little bit and make it so that they're excited to chat with you, okay? So the number one thing that I need you to know, if you take nothing else out of this training, the number one thing that you need to know is that people buy things from people that they like, that they know, and that they trust. Put that in the comments for me. Like, no, trust. People buy things from people that they like. They're not going to buy something from you if they don't like you. If they don't like you, they're not going to be like, well, I don't like you, but here's my money. That's not going to happen, right? People buy things from people that they like. People buy things from people that they know. Very rarely do we buy something from somebody that we don't know. And you're thinking, well, I buy something from Amazon all the time and I don't know them. No, but you know Amazon and you trust Amazon. You like Amazon, right? Amazon gets you stuff quick. You have that like, know, trust factor. It's just with a company. And so we need to build that like, know, and trust factor with our customers. They need to like us, they need to know us, and they need to trust us. So how do we get them to like, know, trust us? People generally like people that are similar to them. And so the easiest way to get people to like you is to be unapologetically you. And this can be really, really hard. Really, really hard. I struggled with this for a really long time, and I still struggle with this today. It's hard to be unapologetically you. It's really hard, but that's how you're going to attract the people that are going to genuinely like you for you. So be unapologetically you, okay? That is the number one way your vibe attracts your tribe, right? That is the number one way to get people to like you, is just to be yourself. Not everybody is going to like you, okay? Not everybody is going to like you, and that's okay. But this is the way that will get the most people to like who you truly are. Does that make sense? Okay. No. How do we get people to know us? You have to tell them. People don't know what they don't know, right? So you have to tell them about you. And this is really probably the easiest one. Well, it's the easiest one for me. I guess it depends on your personality and the things that you might be insecure about yourself. But for me, sharing about my life has become, over time, easy. I try to post on my personal Facebook page. If you scroll back through, you're going to be like, liar. I am not perfect, but I try. I have an alarm set in my phone to post on my personal Facebook page every day at 5 p.m. That little reminder goes off, and I try to post something if I haven't yet that day. And it is not about my business. It is about me and my life. What are David and I up to? David is my significant other. What trips are we taking? What changed in our lives? Yesterday, he got a fortune that said, like in a fortune cookie from like a Chinese restaurant, that said that he was going to find like a new passionate romance this month. And I was like, well, that's rude, right? But I posted that on my Facebook, and I like shared about how funny it was. So people know me. People think, isn't that hysterical? People think that, or people know about my life, right? They know what's going on. They know me, right? I share about me on social media, and stories is a really, really great place for this. If you're not using your Instagram, Facebook stories, you're missing out. I have so many people who watch my stories every single day. And it's always a little bit weird when I meet people and they're like, oh my gosh, I watch everything that you post. But they know me. And so when I share about something, they're much more likely to make a purchase because they know me and they like me, right? Okay. And the last one is trust. And this really comes down to being honest. Be honest. If there is a Senegence product that you do not love, do not tell people that you love it. Our old brow scents, I think I actually have some. Actually, I might have thrown it away. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, no, it's right here. I did not like this. 10 out of 10 do not recommend. It's not my favorite product. You might love it, and if you do, that's great, and you should talk about it. But I just did not like this product. And so when people asked me about it, I told them I did not like it. We have a 100% money back guarantee, and I am happy to process a return if you decide you don't like it, but I would not recommend somebody buy this. Now, the new brow creams, I don't know if you guys have these yet, but these are awesome. I would tell anybody to buy these, right? And so it's all about being honest. And when I tell people oh, I really wouldn't order that, when they ask about it, they're so much more likely to become a repeat customer and ask my opinion in the future because they know I'm going to be honest with them. Right? And I will be honest in live video too. And that brings me to my next point. You need to do live video. If you're not doing live video somewhere, you need to pick a spot and do it somewhere. Can you tell me just yes or no in the comments if you do live video right now? Live video is the quickest way to get people to like, know, and trust you. You probably feel like you know me a little bit now, right? I've been chatting with you for 10, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. You feel like you know me a little bit. Maybe you like me, maybe you don't, but I'm being unapologetically me. And the people who like me are gonna be more drawn to me, right? And you feel like you probably trust me a little bit because I told you that I don't like the the brow stuff. And I told you that, like, does that make sense? Good. Oh, yay. So many people do lives. Okay. So live video is, yes, I do my lives primarily in my Facebook group. So that is the number one place that I do my lives. And that brings me to my next point. And you have to talk to the humans. Can you put introvert if you're an introvert in the comments and extrovert if you're an extrovert? I'm an introvert. I'm a huge introvert. I really love being home. I really love not talking to people, but talking to the humans is how we build those relationships and make sales. Okay. So you need to send messages to people. You need to send messages to people, and you need to comment on people's posts. You need to reply to comments on your posts. That's how we build relationships, right? And it has to be a two-way street, right? We talked about that at the beginning. If you spend the whole time going, hey, you want to buy this? Oh my gosh, look at this new product. You want to buy this? Hey, you want to buy this? Hey, you want to buy this? They're going to be like, blocked, out, done, right? So you need to talk to the people about other things. And my favorite way to do this is in comments. So when people post on their personal page, I comment on their post. And if they reply to my comment, I reply to their comment. And we have like a little chat in the comments, right? If somebody post something that I'm maybe super passionate about or I've experience with, or like today, a friend posted on her Facebook page about how she thinks she might have ADHD. And I also have ADHD. And so I messaged her, can you tell? Maybe just a little bit. So I messaged her privately in the comments. I was like, hey girl, I actually, have been chatting with my therapist about how I have ADHD. I'm always here to chat if you have any questions or anything. I built that relationship stronger. I opened up to her about something that's going on in my life that we share, and I told her I'm here to chat, right? So building those relationships up through comments and personal messenger is huge. And talking to people about things that are not business related. If you see, it doesn't have to be like super personal, but if you see like somebody just got back from a trip to, I'm actually going to be on your side of the ocean here in just about a week. I'm going to be where all are we going? Barcelona. I'm not coming to the UK. I'm not coming to your island. I'm sorry. It's on my list. I will come to you one day. And I'd love to meet some of you when I do, but I'm going to Barcelona, San Sebastian, Bordeaux, Paris, and Amsterdam, just on like a couples trip, right? So if you have any recommendations for any of those places, just shoot me a message. I'd love to chat about it. So going to those places. So if I saw somebody just got back from Spain, I would be like, hey, oh my gosh, I'm going to be in Barcelona next week. Do you have any recommendations of places that I should go? That's building a relationship with that person, right? Okay. Super tangent moment. Sorry. Okay. Next thing is follow-ups. I want you to imagine that you sold somebody sold you something and you didn't really like it, but you didn't want to tell them, right? Like maybe you were nervous that it would hurt their feelings or whatever. So like somebody sold you something and you didn't really like it. And so you just don't say anything. But then they message you and say, hey, I just wanted to check in to see how you're liking your new XYZ. That's good customer service, right? And so it's important that we do that for our customers too. And this is something that always makes me nervous because I'm nervous. I don't know why. I love our products. I've used our products for 5 years now. I'm always nervous that they hate it every single time. Does anybody else feel like that? Anybody else like automatically nervous that they're just going to hate it? Like, oh my God, they hate Lip Sense. I just know it. They're going to hate it. And I just shouldn't ever talk to them again. I literally build this up in my head, right? And so I have to like hype myself up to do follow-ups because they make me so nervous. But I do them anyway because the customer service is so good when you do. And people appreciate that, right? A lot of people don't return stuff. I just want to say, like, put that as a little caveat. I don't get a lot of returns. most of the time, if I do have a negative response, right? Okay, it's not just me. Gemma's with me. Follow-ups make me nervous. If somebody does have like something that they don't love, it's normally a troubleshooting issue, right? So typically it's something they're like, they didn't use gloss or they used the remover instead of the gloss. And you're like, well, you should not use the remover because that takes it off. So try the gloss instead and then it'll stay, right? So most of the time, the Amy app, what's the Amy app? Sorry, ADHD, clearly. It's coming out, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, so typically it's just a troubleshooting issue. So you troubleshoot those things, you answer their questions, you tell them to use the gloss instead of the remover, and then it'll stay on. And then they're a happy customer and they're gonna come back for more colors, more glosses, refills, all that stuff, okay? And then my next point is to keep it fun. Keep it fun. None of you here, I would bet money that none of you here joined this business because you wanted to add one more thing to your plate. Nobody was like, oh my gosh, I really want to do something else that's just boring and takes time. None of you thought that, right? You joined this business because it looked fun, because the products don't come off. Like, in what world does my eyeshadow stay on when I go swimming? Apparently this world, right? Because we have shadow sense. So keep it fun. Keep it fun. Nobody wants to talk to a negative person, right? When we go back to the very beginning of this training, when I talked about that, like maybe you have that person in your life that just like constantly asking you for things and is always negative. Nobody wants to talk to that person. Nobody wants to go to that person's group. Keep it fun, okay? What can you do to bring a little bit of fun into your business? I have on live video, let David do my makeup. It was atrocious. He used the green eyeliner pencil and did like a full wing. Not cute. He also used burgundy shadow sense in my eyebrows. There's no red in here. Don't know where he got that idea from. It was hysterical. I've never had so many views on a video in my life. My customers loved that video. They got to know David a little bit better. They got to know our relationship a little bit better. They got to see us be a little bit silly together, right? It's fun. And it's hysterical. I have done my makeup with my eyes closed. Did not turn out very good. I had garnet. This was pre-brow cream. I used garnet in my brows. It was all the way up here and over. And while I'm doing this video with my eyes closed, I'm like, I just can't tell if I'm putting product on. Like, it doesn't feel like anything's going on. And I'm adding more and more stuff to my face. And they're dying laughing. The comments are hysterical, right? I love doing those funny videos. They did yours without a mirror. Awesome. Love it. Yeah. So those funny videos really help build that relationship. They get to know you, like your goofy, funny side, right? And the views go through the roof. It's amazing. Okay. Did yours without a mirror once. Love it. Awesome. Okay. I'm looking at my notes and I can't read my own handwriting. This all happens. Oh, okay. This all happens start to finish. There we go. Okay. So this needs to start when you meet your customer and it never stops. It never stops. You never stop building that relationship with your customer. Okay. You are always going to be commenting on their posts. You're always going to be reaching out and checking in like, hey, just making sure that you still love all of your stuff. If you need any refills, I'm here, right? But also like, oh my gosh, hey, I saw your post about XYZ and I just wanted to check in and tell you I'm here if you ever need to chat. I can't tell you how many times I do this to my customers and they're always so surprised. They're like, oh, well, thank you. Like, I care about them as people, right? I care if they're, if they're okay, if they're happy. I genuinely care about my customers. And so the first time they're always so surprised, but I can't tell you how many amazing customers I have and how many amazing friendships I've built through this business because I always start that relationship with building, that trust, that like no trust factor. Okay. And then this also will lead to sponsoring easier, so much easier. If you are asking people to join you in this business and they don't really know you, they're going to say no. Right? They don't know what they're getting into. They don't trust you. They don't know, like, no, that's a no, right? But if they like you, they know you, and they trust you, they're so much more likely to do business with you. And that includes joining your team. Okay? So keep that in mind as well. This is like a long-term game to build those relationships so people will want to do this business with you, right? Okay. And then my last thing is, however you find new customers, I want you to do a little diagnosis. Okay, this is your homework. I want you to go through the last thing that you did. So for me, I do a lot of Facebook parties. I don't call them parties. I call them pop-up makeup workshops, but it's a Facebook party, okay? I do a lot of Facebook parties, and I want you to go back through the last thing that you did that helps you find new customers. So if that's Facebook parties, if that's like host a post, if that's maybe you do like stuff on Instagram, so like you would be looking at stories and reels. Maybe you run a Facebook business page, like live videos. What do you do to get new customers? Because new customers are the lifeblood of our business. And I want you to go back through that thing and look for building like, know, and trust. My people always end Facebook parties liking me, knowing me, and trusting me, because that's what builds a good customer relationship, right? So that's your homework. I want you to go host a post. Oh, that's like a whole separate training. I'd love to chat more about it in the future. Maybe we can set up a training for next month when I get back from my vacation. But that's like, I could talk about that for like 30 minutes. It's basically like you have a friend share a post about their favorite product, and then like they get a discount on their product, on their refill. So like, let's say tinted moisturizer, right? Like, let's say Sylvia loves tinted moisturizer. So I'm going to have her share a post on her personal page about how much she loves tinted moisturizer. Anybody who orders one with my discount code this week gets 10% off. People message me to order tinted moisturizer. And then if she gets so many tinted moisturizer orders, then she gets her refill free. You know, it's like an incentive program for people to share. But like I could go, there's like, that's a lot. Yeah. Go ahead and message me, Janice, and we can set that up. Okay, that's all I have. That's your homework, is to go back through the last time that you built new customer relationships, and I want you to make sure like, no, trust factor is built into that thing, and then I want you to figure out where you might have weaknesses in the like, know, and trust of your current customer base, and I want you to start planning for maybe turning that around. So maybe you feel like they like you and know you but don't trust you, or one of those. How can you build that trust? How can you share about your personal life with them more? Okay, that's your homework. I can't wait to hear how it goes. I can't wait to come back. You can follow me on my Facebook page, on my Instagram, and I'd love to chat with you guys more. Shoot me a message, and I think that's it. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.